Hey, how's it going? In today's episode, we are talking about the number one thing that is causing struggling network marketers and coaches. It's preventing them from achieving the success that they want. And you might be making this really big mistake too. It's something that most people don't realize they're making, and in some situations, they are actually taught to do this. Dun dun dun! What could it be, right? Well, if we haven't met, my name is Jen Casey. I am a business strategy and NLP coach, and I work with online coaches who want to turn their social media into sales and run profitable, purpose-driven businesses. Here's the thing. What is it exactly that is keeping network marketers and coaches from achieving the success that they want, right? What is that thing that we don't realize? We're all doing it. Well, not all of us. Struggling network marketers are doing this. So here's the thing. In network marketing in particular, there's a concept around duplication, making your processes, your social media, all of these things duplicatable. But somehow the idea of duplication, which is based around the field of modeling, looking at what someone's doing, okay, that's how we do it, and now I'm going to learn how to create my own voice, versus duplication has really become copying and pasting in many situations. And I have had coaches reach out to me saying that their stuff is getting swiped. I've had network marketers say not only that their downline is not coming up with anything on their own, but they're just copying and pasting, but people who are like, my upline copies my stuff. And here's the thing, copying and pasting someone else's stuff, your upline, your coaches, copying and pasting their stuff is exactly what failing cookie cutter network marketers and coaches do. It is, right? And I understand that in network marketing especially, and maybe some coaches, there's this concept around just duplicate what I'm doing. Just take what I'm doing and duplicate it. But if you've been at this for any length of time, you've probably already realized that saying the same thing as everybody else in the industry is the fastest way to become more static, become more noise in an already incredibly noisy and competitive industry. Because if you think about it this way, I understand the concept behind duplication, helping people get things off the ground. But if everyone's stuff looks the same, well, then it's just more noise. And consider this, if you as the individual, or if your team, or if people in your client base, if they are always copying off your paper, or if you're always copying off someone else's paper, then how will that individual ever be positioned as a leader in their industry? How will that individual ever find their voice, their specific mission, their specific message? And I know, and I keep coming back to this, but I know in particular in network marketing, there are people who sign with someone who's their upline, and then they don't feel aligned with their message, and they feel boxed in and believe that they have to simply say what they're saying, show up the way they're showing up, train their team the way they're training their team, enroll customers the way they're doing it, and that's not the truth. So when we really take a step back outside of the coaching or network marketing bubble, and we look across the board at not just people who you see as one step ahead of you, but the people who are truly killing it in their industries, who have been in their industries for weeks, months, years, 10 years, 20 years. Like, let's look at the people who have been in this game for a while, who have made the mistakes that newbies make, and really model off of what they teach, off of how they show up. And if you look at 6 and 7 figure, 8 figure network marketers and coaches, the way that they show up is very different from the newbie. In fact, the way that they attract new customers, like they have people coming to them. There's a reason that certain people are hitting the top ranks every single month, getting the top in sales, are getting whatever it is in your company, like the most amount of points or the maximum amount of bonuses. There's a reason that certain people are achieving more success, and it has nothing to do with how many workouts come in your coaching package or how many vitamins and minerals are in your company shake. Can I get an amen right now? It has nothing to do with that. right? The reason that, especially now, and we're seeing this trend even more clearly, especially on Instagram, I've seen a very distinct shift in the last year that people went from posing pictures posing with their shakes and their supplements, and there's been a real shift to personal branding. And that's a big concept, but that is the secret behind how you grow a brand and how you grow a business that has nothing to do with your company or your products, because your products are not your offer. And the reason that the people who have built a personal brand are more successful is because they're not selling the product. And when I say product, that could be your one-on-one service, it could be your coaching package, it could be your course. Your offer is different. The offer speaks to the transformation, whereas the product, program, service is usually you're speaking to the features of it's got this many vitamins and minerals, it comes with this many coaching calls. That's not what compels somebody to buy. That's not what gets somebody to bust out their credit card. You see that? So what is it then that these individuals who are positioning themselves as a personal brand, why is this so powerful? Well, because they're able to easily and effortlessly sell to the point where they really can't be cloned, copied, or competed with, because people are looking at their stuff and they've injected so much of themselves in it with their own stories, with their own personality, their own persona, that it would literally make no sense for another network marketer or coach to come in and try and copy and paste it. It would make no sense, and it would be so abundantly clear that it wasn't theirs. The reason that they're successful is because they create conversation and connection with their audience. Conversation, connection. So when people are like, how do I create more engagement? Someone asked me that the other day inside my group coaching program, my course, Pitch to Your Niche. And they said, how do I create more engagement? And a bunch of people started responding like, oh, try this with hashtags, do this. And I said, you create more engagement by not giving a shit what the numbers are. Like, just create content that you feel excited about. Create content that you love. Create content that your ideal client needs to hear today. That's how you quote unquote beat the algorithm. Because numbers don't really freaking matter. The numbers on your engagement, right? Like, this many people liked something. This many people commented. I had a post the other day about an Uber driver that had made a comment about something around an iPhone. And people were very polarized by this, and people were engaging, and it had, thousands of people engaging with this post. Well, sure, I got a lot of engagement on that, but that doesn't directly relate back to how I can't monetize that entire audience. Most of the people who engaged on that, because it got shared very far and wide, they're not business owners. They're not looking to build an online course. They're not looking to grow a network marketing company. So sure, I hit the algorithm for the moment, but if you can't monetize those likes, then they're kind of useless. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So when we look at people who are successfully building a personal brand, what is it that they're doing? Well, they're not showing up with vanilla cookie cutter content, saying what everybody else in their bubble is saying what every other health coach is talking about whatever's like in network marketing. A lot of times my newsfeed will be flooded with whatever company, they've got a new release, a new product, a new program, a new supplement, and all of a sudden that's all everyone wants to talk about. And my newsfeed gets flooded with it. Like I was saying before, it just becomes noise. It just becomes more noise, and we scroll right past it. I'm like, oh, they announced something new. And I'm sure you've either seen this or you've been a part of it. So hopefully this is giving you more clarity and more understanding. Not just like, I'm not sitting here just saying, hey, don't do it. I'm trying to help you understand the consequence of how it's not going to help your engagement, how it's not going to attract new ideal clients to your inbox, and how it actually positions you as a novice newbie coach, because that's what all the other newbies are doing. So you can continue to throw up all the vanilla cookie cutter stuff on your newsfeed, or you can get a little bit uncomfortable and really develop your own voice and start positioning yourself as a personal brand, because you have something to say. Now here's what happens when people recognize that and they say, you're right, I need to step forward, I need to start sharing my own mission and message. What happens when people finally make that decision? They see, oh my gosh, I've been holding myself back. I've been playing small. It's time to step forward and own my truth, own my voice. Well, then it's like, oh my gosh, what if I fail? What if I fail? What if people don't like me? What if people judge me? What if some people come out of the woodwork and try to tell me that I'm wrong? Throw tomatoes at me through the computer screen? And someone asked recently in my group coaching program, Pitch to Your Niche, and said, what if I fail? Can someone just give me some encouragement? And my response to her was so everyone else, I love my tribe. They were all very loving and saying, it's okay, keep pushing through. This is just like a bump in the road. And I was like, no. You're 100% gonna fail. It's not a matter of what if you fail? You're 1,000% going to fail. And if you want to achieve any level of greatness and significance, you're not just gonna fail once, you're gonna fail multiple times. Over and over again. Not only in the beginning, but at each level, new devil, there's going to be new things for you to work through, new things for you to understand, new problems, quote unquote problems, for you to solve. The difference is, successful coaches will tell you that as they've gone through their journey, they no longer freak out about the quote unquote failures, because they actually see that the road to failure is exactly what led them to their success. And so without failure, if you're not failing, that's a very clear sign that you're playing small. If you're not having failure, you are still inside your box of comfortable. It's an illusion. So you can choose to decide that you don't even have a comfort zone. What if you made that a belief, that there's no such thing as your comfort zone? That could be cool. Try that on for size. But here's the thing. If there were no failures, I can speak for myself on this as well. If there were no failures in my life and business, I wouldn't be sitting where I am today. I wouldn't have what I have today. I wouldn't be able to speak to the things that I'm able to speak to, because I would be boring. People who live in a little perfect world with no failures, no challenges, no struggles, they don't have character. Struggles and challenges. In order to get through to the other side, we must grow. And so somebody who has no challenges doesn't experience growth. For example, if I were to hand you $1 million business tomorrow, would you know what to do with it? Or would you freak out, panic, and sabotage that business? Most people wouldn't know what to do with it. Let's say this $1 million business, it has team members, people who are employees that work for you. You've got thousands of customers. You've got 3 different offers. Maybe you've got some one-on-one services. Maybe you work with some people in the corporate world. Would you know how to run and manage and sustain and market for a business at that level? Probably not. Most of us wouldn't, unless we are in the process of getting close to that. But a lot of people are complaining and saying, I want more customers, I want more customers. But they're not actually preparing the backside, the behind the scenes. They're not preparing the behind the scenes of their business to prepare for that. And one of the things, when I'm referring to behind the scenes, is the infrastructure of your business. And the other side to that is the inner work for you, your mindset as a leader. So if you're trying to avoid failure because you feel like somehow if you fail, then it makes you a failure, or if you fail, it makes you not good enough, or if you fail, it makes you stupid, well, guess what? You are the bottleneck in your business right now. You are the reason why your business is not more successful, because you are preventing yourself from experiencing that next level of growth. Because the only way you're going to grow to the level that I know you want to get to is by making a few mistakes. I tell my team, and I'm not talking about my network marketing. I don't have a network marketing business, so when I say team, I'm not referring to network marketing. I'm talking about team of people who work alongside me. I have an integrator who does project management. I have some people who help with social media and blogs and Pinterest and Instagram and customer support and all of those things. I could not do that on my own, right? So in getting to that level, There's going to be failures. There's going to be tensions. There's going to be conversations that are uncomfortable that you have to have. And if you are not growing and making yourself uncomfortable on a regular basis, well, you're not just staying stagnant. There's no such thing as stagnant. We're made of energy. We're always moving. So if you're not moving forward, where are you going? Where are you moving? And like I said, these choices, these quote unquote failures, they're not just at the beginning of business. There's so many people that are under this idea, buying into this illusion that when you hit 6 figures, everything's easy. You hit $1 million, poof, everything just becomes, that you don't have to make hard choices, that the business just runs itself, that, it just happens. And that's not the reality. The reality is it's a constantly growing, evolving, shifting thing, and it needs love and attention. It needs love and attention. Here's the thing though. The difference is, as a novice coach, when we're trying to avoid failure, we're not growing, because we believe if we do fail, it makes us a failure. But once we shift and step into this other level of thinking, which is really the CEO, when we step into that role of 6 or 7 or 8-figure CEO, we begin to see how failure is so necessary in moving us towards our desired end result. And then we are able to pass that message onto our team that we're growing, team of like employees, or network marketing team, or clients, or anybody. So before you can step forward as the most powerful leader and start sharing your message, sharing your voice, and owning it unapologetically, I added this piece about failure at the end because you've got to get on board with recognizing that that's all part of the process. And right now you might be hearing this saying, well, sure, Jen, that sounds good. That sounds good. I'll try. I'm going to try failing. I'm going to try like not freaking out about it. I don't want you to just try it. I want you to accept and understand that it is a part of the process, and I want to encourage you to fail faster. Fail faster. Now, when we say fail, we all have different interpretations of what that is. For a newbie coach, they interpret failure as the end of the world. When you're a little bit more seasoned and you realize, like, okay, I can pick myself up, I can brush myself off, and I can carry on, and this didn't end me, this didn't close down my business, then we can start to be more aggressive and more excited about how quickly we fail. And when we look at high 6 and 7-figure and 8-figure entrepreneurs, the one thing that I've noticed across the board is those individuals, they don't waste a lot of time getting into the story of, well, what if this doesn't work? What will that mean about me? Well, what will people think? They just go, great, let's execute. Let's do it. That's part of the vision. I know what our vision is. I know what our outcome is. Let's go after it. So if you're in a place right now where you're feeling stagnant, I'm going to invite you to set the intention to fail a little bit faster. And if you're still feeling a little queasy about the idea of failing, why don't we reframe it? Because every time you fail, well, it's really, you've overcome a challenge and you've come out the other side and you're still living and breathing. And what if that challenge was actually an opportunity for growth? So you can choose the way you want to perceive it and interpret it. And if you have really big goals and big dreams and you want to achieve great things, I would encourage you to try on the beliefs of the high-level CEO. And so if you're in a place right now where you're wanting to get out of the cookie cutter, copy and pasted, using all these templates and things, you're like, I just want to be able to wake up, know what I want to talk about on social media, feel confident in my message, feel clarity in what I'm creating in my business, and actually make sales, then I want to invite you to come check out my free on-demand masterclass. You can go to heyjencasey.com/masterclass. I break down my entire 3-part method, my pitch to your niche method, where I walk you through exactly how to speak to your ideal client avatar at a high level so that, oh yay, awesome, speak to them at a high level so that you instantly stand out to them online, and everybody else who's still doing the cookie cutter nonsense, that all falls away. They see and hear you. And from there, you're able to really build this beautiful infrastructure to your business so that you can easily and effortlessly make sales and have people coming to you, seeing how you show up online and being like, girl, I want to be in your energy. I want to learn from you. I want you to coach me. I want to be part of your team. I want to be part of this community that you're building. So if you want to make that happen in your business, that's exactly what I'm going to be breaking down for you in the free masterclass. So you can go check it out right now, HeyJenCasey.com/masterclass. There's some good ones in here. And we'll also be putting this up on the Inner Boss podcast. So if you're not already subscribed to that, you can find us on all platforms, on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, all the good ones, all the big ones. Pass this on to somebody who you know needs to hear this today. And I would invite you to pass this on to somebody who is willing to hold you accountable to what we talked about today. Pass this on to somebody who's going to make sure they're going to keep an eye and make sure that you are stepping outside your comfort zone, doing something that feels freaking uncomfortable today. And I challenge you to share something on social media today that maybe you've never shared before, maybe a story, a post that you were kind of afraid, like, what if people don't like it? What if it doesn't get engagement? What if it's not well received? And I'm going to challenge you to not listen to the likes or look at the comments or anything like that, and just to show up and share something that you feel compelled to share. Our job as content creators, as influencers, as thought leaders, is not to babysit our content, it's to create. So go and create something. Be the creator. And if we're an influencer, you want to ask, what are you influencing people to do? If you're a thought leader, what are you encouraging people to think? Well, if you're not creating things that are compelling, that might stir the pot a little bit, that might challenge somebody's beliefs, and you're just doing this copy-paste stuff, are you really making the impact that you want to make? Probably not, right? So that's what I have for you guys in this one. If you have any questions, drop them below. Come join the masterclass. I will see you over there, HeyJenCasey.com/masterclass. And I also want to invite you to come and check out our free Facebook group, Online Coaches Make Bank. Lots of cool stuff is going to be going down in there over the next couple of weeks. So come hang out, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have an awesome day.